morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to the Weekday Wake and Bake. It is officially Canna News Thursday, which means it's time to put on my Processor Anchorman cap and read off the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news surrounding this amazing plant here on this beautiful Thursday morning in Las Vegas, Nevada. Super hyped to join the Roll Gangsters for another fine episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, going live every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, to break down some of the cannabis content and smoke some herb, because after all, we are blessed to have awoke, so we are blessed to have a smoke. And it's so much more enjoyable to do it together, Roll Gangsters. Absolutely love seshing with each and every one of you guys. I am going to be smoking on a joint of this beautiful Cali weed gelato. Got the Cali weed to smoke on the show this morning. So fucking excited. Please let me know in the comment section wherever you're absorbing this content. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Let me know what you guys are smoking on. Blessed to be having a puff on this morning, because after all, what a blessing to have arisen for another day in this construct of reality. Another opportunity to spread love and to receive love. And we are going to do just that, Roll Gang. Going to read off all of the latest and greatest cannabis news stories from across the country. Got some stories from my original home state, Pennsylvania, as well as Delaware, New York City, and their newly found legal market, just absolutely going off right now. And even my old college state where I got booted from for smoking pot, North Carolina. So super excited to get on into the latest and greatest news stories. Shout out everybody tuning in, all the Roll Gangsters on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. If this is your first time tuning into the Weekday Wake and Bake, welcome on in. We are the Roll Gangsters. We got a show every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Monday is Motivational Monday to get us lit up for the week. Tuesday, we got a strain review every Tuesday on Terpene Tuesday. Wednesday's normally a midweek mailbag, but yesterday's show, we actually played a super fun game. Rach and I played some 20 spoons, 20 questions, gotta see that one. But every Thursday, the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news. Brought to you by Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college to boost your cannabis knowledge. Use promo code ROLLINGSPOON for 10% off your tuition over at Oaksterdam and claim your stake in this budding industry today. And also, just like every weekday morning, this episode is brought to you by the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. This handy-dandy device I'm using to help me roll up this joint perfectly, so that whenever I'm reading off all the cannabis news stories we got for this week, I don't have to deal with a canoeing joint or any of that bullshit. I want this baby to burn like an absolute smoke show on this smoke show. So we have got to roll this baby perfectly every weekday morning at 9. Well, we go live at 9, so probably finishing rolling up around 9:05 every weekday morning. Wouldn't be able to do it the same without my handy-dandy Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. Lick it, stick it, and seal the deal. Let's go. Use my my Rolling Spoon's poker to give me a nice poke at the end of my joint. And we got Processor Anchorman's newsworthy joint of the morning. Let's go, Roll Gang. Spark this baby up and get on into the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news. Some news stories surrounding this unbelievable plant that I have the pleasure to be smoking on with you guys this morning. Woo! So thankful to have a smoke with you guys, Roll Gang. Anyway, first piece of cannabis news here on this Canna News Thursday. New Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has new plans while he's in office. He plans to prioritize all cannabis pardons and expungements, which actually is big news for me. I have a little cannabis record in Pennsylvania. No big deal. I wasn't causing any havoc or anything. Just smoking some weed out in a parking garage. Shout out my guys Bobby and Saria, the homies who were getting popped with me up at the top. It wasn't our best sesh ever, but you know, it was an eventful sesh and basically made me leave Pennsylvania. So maybe Josh Shapiro getting into office can get my bill or my record clean over in Pennsylvania. That'd be a pretty exciting piece of news. Shout out Josh Shapiro, the new governor, planning to be really active in promoting the newly found cannabis industry in Pennsylvania. Not legal just yet, but coming soon. Wiz Khalifa actually tuning into the debate as well. Super excited about Josh Shapiro, the new Pennsylvania governor, in Wiz Khalifa's home state. Grew up in Pittsburgh. So super excited for Shapiro. Actually, low-key, high-key pulling to sesh at Shapiro's inauguration party. So, you know, if you're in Pennsylvania and going to celebrate the new governor, you might just find Wiz Khalifa there smoking on a joint, pulling for a sesh at Josh Shapiro's inauguration party. What a crazy story from Pennsylvania. The next cannabis news story is coming from the great state of Delaware. So Delaware lawmakers are finally taking another stab at legislation, just yesterday filing a pair of bills that would end the cannabis prohibition in Delaware, you know, probably for good. A really, really high-end political state. And honestly, I feel like the United States as a whole would follow suit if Delaware could get a legal cannabis market. So really exciting news coming from Delaware. Lawmakers are taking another stab at legislation by filing a pair of bills that would end prohibition in Delaware. So the next piece of cannabis news is coming from a New York City market that is absolutely crushing shit right now, Roll Gang. But major shout out to Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college in my proud alma mater. It is not news, it's news every week, every weekday that Oaksterdam is operating. But 15 years, it's not new news that Oaksterdam is the predominant place to gain your cannabis industry education. Use promo code ROLLINGSPOON to get 10% off your tuition at Oaksterdam and learn how to grow some high-grade cannabis in your very own home or start your own cannabis business. You name it, you can learn it. Claim your stake in this budding industry at Oaksterdam University. So New York City has a brand new cannabis market. Just adult use was passed, so 21 plus can now officially buy cannabis legally. And it's legal to consume, to smoke, anywhere where you're legally allowed to consume tobacco, cigarettes. Unbelievable rules in New York City. And not only that, but there's this justice initiative that's New York is giving the people that were harmed by the war on drugs, stoners that were negatively affected by the war on drugs, are getting first rights to some of these dispensary licenses. And the first one of these so-called justice licenses in New York City is set to open this week, Roll Gang. Super exciting news for New York City. So the owner's name is Roland Connor, met the criteria of a person that was negatively affected by cannabis in the war on drugs, and was issued a license to open his new dispensary, Smacked. So if you're in New York City, go hit up the new dispo, Smacked, licensed for justice, because we need to figure out why Roland Connor, we need to get him on a camera and figure out why he was issued this new license per justice in New York City. But super excited for him. Brand new dispensary in New York City called Smacked. Got his license for justice because he was affected negatively by the war on drugs. So last but certainly not least, I went to college for a year and a half in North Carolina, Elon University, before getting in some more legal problems just for smoking pot, and I ended up having to leave there too. But North Carolina's new Republican senator, Bill Rabon, refiled a bill to legalize cannabis and says it's because it's, in quotes, the right thing to do. Shout out Bill Rabon, super progressive in his cannabis stance for being a Republican and supporting the right thing to do, because people do have the right to medicate however they see fit. You have the opportunity to do with your life as you choose. That is true freedom. We have the right. And so shout out Bill Rabon, one of the most tight states in our country, North Carolina, trying to refile a bill to legalize cannabis in North Carolina. That would be super exciting news too. And dumb exciting news on this Canna News Thursday for your processor, because two states in which I have a little kink on my record for cannabis consumption are looking to go legal, and maybe that would include a clearing of those said records. So I would be really excited. But either way, if you want to keep up to date on the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news, Thursdays, Weekday Wake and Bake is the place to be, hitting you up with the latest and greatest. Gotta keep it going, you know. Tomorrow is Fuck Yeah Friday. Every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, we smoke up some cannabis and talk some cannabis content. I'm not 100% sure, can't quote me, but I think Rachel has some awesome content cooking up for Fuck Yeah Friday, the original Fuck Yeah Friday originator. It was her day back when the show originally started, so would be really fucking pumped to have a nice Fuck Yeah Friday on the show tomorrow. But shout out all the Roll Gangsters tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. I love session with you guys every weekday morning, and we'll see you tomorrow for Fuck Yeah Friday. Mwah! Love you, Roll Gang.